Esperanza International was ultimately created to protect children from the brutality of poverty. Founders Dave and Vicki Valley knew they wanted to see children being educated, fed, and cared for, but to do that they needed to start with the family unit and empower mom and dad to take care of their own families. When Dave and Vicki founded Esperanza in the mid-90s, there were a few organizations in the Dominican Republic that were offering financial services and training opportunities to the poor. After spending over a year collecting data points and information, they were able to conclude that to empower families to take care of their children, there was a great need for credit and savings services, ongoing training and vocational services, and spiritual care. They created Esperanza International to help meet those unmet needs so that the poor themselves could return to work and provide for their families. Esperanza is currently focused on providing excellent microfinance services to our borrowers, but doing it more effectively. We strongly believe that God has charged us to be intelligent and effective stewards of the resources we are blessed with. That being said, demand for loan capital always outpaces available funds. There are many leverage points that make Esperanza successful. Due to a dedicated staff and quality leadership, Esperanza consistently executes a high-quality microfinance service. Over the years, our portfolio at risk for 15, 30, and 60 days out has been consistently one of the lowest throughout microfinanced institutions in Latin America. We have a high client retention rate, meaning that our borrowers are pleased with the service we provide. Esperanza has a strong partnership network that allows us to continue focusing on what we do best, which is Christ-centered microfinance, while we lean on our partners to provide the services in healthcare and education that we believe are imperative to the holistic development of the person. Our Christ-centered microfinance belief is that the poor suffer from both material and spiritual poverty, and that to truly empower an individual, both needs ought to be met. Esperanza ministers to the physical and material needs of the poor through biblically based curricula and services. Esperanza is effective because we remain dedicated to our mission. Year after year, we produce measurable results that show growth in our net loan portfolio, number of active borrowers, and number of borrowers who successfully leave the confines of poverty. Additionally, Esperanza International carefully tracks and monitors a variety of financial performance indicators, operational ratios, and qualitative data points. This ensures that our microfinance services are truly helping the poor start and maintain profitable businesses, and that our services are adding value and joy to their lives. Our board of directors determines the acceptable level of sustainability by which Esperanza is expected to operate. Successful years are those in which our net portfolio shows growth. We also track the number of borrowers served, broken apart by loan product. Not all microfinance organizations offer more than savings and credit services. Many people don't know that Esperanza offers subsidized or even free educational and health services to our borrowers, nor are they aware of the value of these services. Additionally, like most microfinance institutions, the interest rate charged with the loan is often viewed as high. What must be considered when looking at interest rates, however, is the overhead costs of the loans. Increased travel time, astronomical gas prices, and more affect the cost of a loan, and thus its interest rate. Esperanza has been fortunate to overcome several natural disasters and still be able to serve our borrowers in both the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Following Category 5 Hurricane George in 1998, and most recently, the 2010 earthquake and cholera outbreak in Haiti, our staff and borrowers alike remained committed to working together, and as such, were able to weather what could have been devastating times. Esperanza is also extremely proud that for the first time in our history, we recently passed the $3 million net portfolio outstanding mark. Esperanza's average loan size is just above $200, and so this was a significant milestone for us, and we are excited to see how we continue to grow in future years. Lastly, we are extremely proud of the consistently high repayment rate of roughly 98% that our borrowers meet year after year after year. Political risk, inflation, and currency risk are always vulnerabilities that Esperanza faces. As the Dominican peso and Haitian gourd continue to experience inflation, it puts increased stress on our fundraising needs here in the United States. Furthermore, although the DR and Haiti have both experienced relative political stability in recent years, each country has a history rich with corruption and strife that can't be ignored. Of course, Esperanza is also at the mercy of the hurricanes that relentlessly pelt the Caribbean every year. With additional resources, Esperanza would invest in the growth of our loan portfolio. For several years, the demand for our loan services has outpaced the amount of money we're able to fundraise. It would be a huge blessing to meet more of this demand. A larger active loan portfolio allows us to enjoy greater operational efficiencies and provide a leaner service to our borrowers. We'd invest in human capital to remain an organization of integrity and one that is poised for continued growth. It is important that we continue to attract strong talent and properly invest in that which we already have. With additional resources, Esperanza would look to reach other regions of Haiti and the Dominican Republic that we haven't been able to serve. In order to accomplish our long-term vision of empowering Dominicans and Haitians to build their own middle classes, it would be imperative that our services reach every corner of each country, especially those corners that other financial and development services are not yet reaching. There's no doubt that additional resources would help us close in on this gap.